and a little bit of a progress report right now. I'm currently getting close to finishing my script for the final part of my top 30 favorite video game characters. Editing will begin shortly after, and I'll get it done this month, but I have a question I'd like to ask you all. Once that's done, it'll be October, the month of Halloween, and I have a few projects I'd like to do, but I'm kind of divided on which one. So I'd like to get your opinion. First option, top 10 video game vampires. I mean, after all, Halloween is the season most associated with vampires and werewolves and all that stuff. And I figured it would be appropriate for the season. And it'll be a way to make a new special intro that isn't as annoying as the one I constantly get bombarded with complaints about. Top 15 Castlevania boss battles. After all, what monsters are more respected and feared than friggin' vampires? Second option, while we're on the subject of monsters, top 10 or 15 Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate boss monsters. Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate was, Monster Hunter 3 was what got me into this Monster Hunter series in the first place, and Ultimate was just an extension upon that for the better. And I really want to do a Monster Hunter list at least before Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate comes out in the US. After all, it'd be a good possible way to build up hype for it. And it sounds like something I'd like to do. Besides, with my capture card, I could easily record footage for those myself. Third option. It's been more than a year since my first Q review, and I would like to do another one at some point. And considering it's October and my first Halloween special was top 15 Castlevania boss battles, of course, I might be interested in reviewing a Castlevania game. Either Symphony of the Night, Super Castlevania 4, or maybe one of the less popular ones. So, if you have an opinion on any of those ideas, feel free to let me know in the comments below. But for now, let's get to some user questions. You know the drill by now. Channel, about, send message. First question comes from Pokey Munchkin, who asks, what is the strangest game you have ever played? I've played the Katamari games. Well, specifically, Katamari Damacy, We Love Katamari, and Beautiful Katamari. Or was that Katamari Forever? I forget. But, seriously, it's like, leave it to people in Japan to make a game about rolling stuff into a ball and make it fun. I mean, it's weird, it's quirky, it's completely out there. It's like, the games themselves, I feel like just big lipped alligator moments. But they're weird, quirky, and fun. It's like, one thing, okay, you want to know one thing that bugs me? From what I heard, there was originally plans for a Katamari game on the DS. It never happened. That would have been fun, though. I mean, the DS's touchscreen would have made for a perfect trackball. I mean, it worked for pack and roll. Next question comes from Jurassic Reptile, who asks, what Pokemon do you want for Pokken Fighters? Well, from the trailer, we already know that Machamp and Lucario are going to be in the game. There were some early leaks. It's like there's some early leaks referring to, well, hinting at Blaziken's involvement. I can imagine quite a few fighting types are going to be in there, like the Hitmon group. Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, and Hitmontop. Let's see, I could imagine Sceptile being in there. A Lucha, probably, being the representative of Lucha Libre with his flying press and all that. Let's see. Swampert would make an excellent grappler, in my opinion. Makuhita, representing Sumo. Sock and Throw. Mewtwo. Sounds like good choices. Gengar. Let's see. They said they were not going to be limiting it to bipedal Pokemon. I'm not sure if Venusaur would really work for this kind of thing. Rapidash, maybe. The Musketeer Trio, perhaps? Man, I'm getting into a lot of possibilities here. There's too many for me to actually list, so... That might be a side project for me. It's like, top 10 Pokemon I want to see in Pokken Tournament. I don't know. Next question comes from Poyo Ride, who asks, besides Shulk or Mega Man, who's your favorite Super Smash Bros. 4 newcomer? It's definitely the Duck Hunt. I'm sorry, I can't say that with a straight face. Okay, so, in all seriousness, though, I think I'm actually pretty excited for Rosalina and Little Mac. I mean, like, Rosalina is beautiful, her playstyle looks unique and challenging, and the Luma's just so adorable. As for Little Mac, of course, the fact that he's a boxer, he looks like a complete monster on the ground from what I've seen. Of course, that's balanced by a lack of an air game to speak of. But it looks like fun. I mean, in my opinion, he should have been a playable character in Brawl. But I guess we have Punch-Out to thank for making him playable, right? Right? Let's see. Robin looks pretty interesting, too, to be honest. I mean, with the Fire Emblem characters mostly being sword fighters, it's good to see a mage enter the fray. That's all I have to say on that. Next question comes from Hinaro214. Oh, hi, Western Echidna. Question is, what is your opinion on the new 3DS and new 3DS XL? Okay, first thing I have to say, whoever came up with those names needs a lesson in marketing. I'm guessing it's probably the same person who came up with the name of Wii U. It's like, I mean, for the title alone, new 3DS, I mean, you can imagine the kind of confusion it would cause at the game store counter. I mean, it's like, I'd like a new 3DS, please. It's like, so yeah, what do you like? 3DS, 3DS XL? I'd like a new 3DS. Are you sure you want a new one? I mean, used one. I mean, you can get a used one that's in perfect working condition for quite a bit less. No, you don't understand. I want the new 3DS. Okay, so it's like, But from what I've seen of the specs so far, looks pretty neat. It's like better processing power, smarter 3D, always a plus. Also, the addition of the C-Stick, thank you. That's what a lot of people were using the Circle Pad Pro for on related games anyway. I like the design of the buttons. I like the fact that there are the twin sets of trigger buttons on the back. Again, Circle Pad Pro. It's like, I was actually impressed to find out that Xenoblade Chronicles is getting a port on this new 3DS system, to be honest. It's like, hopefully that comes over to the US because, well, the Xenoblade port as well, you guys. So many more people need to play Xenoblade Chronicles. Ugh. I mean, seriously. Why was it a GameStop exclusive? Why? Last question comes from Vane Ryu, who asks, what are your thoughts on Double Joe on Ice? How can a monster that big move like that?